It's just pooping marshmallows. Hey Sugar Geeks, today I'm gonna show you guys how to make easy hot chocolate bombs using the 3-piece mold. If you remember my video from last year, I introduced you guys to acrylic sphere molds, which at the time was the only way that I knew to make really shiny hot chocolate bombs. But a few months after that video came out and hot chocolate bombs blew up, tons of people started messaging me and telling me about these amazing 3-piece molds. They work so good, you guys. They're so easy. Whoever invented these is a genius. I will put a link down there in the description so you can get a set if you want them. They come in 2 sizes as far as I know. The 70 millimeter, which does fit in a large coffee mug, and then a smaller size, which is 50 millimeters. I used to use the smaller size, but I think I actually prefer the larger size because it adds more chocolate flavor to the hot chocolate. All right, so let's talk chocolate science. But Liz, I thought you said this was easy. It is, okay? I'm not gonna show you how to temper or why you should temper. If you want that information, I have a video right here that is very helpful, but I just do need to talk about the different types of chocolate because it always confuses people. So the great thing about these molds is if you don't want to temper chocolate, but you still want super shiny chocolate bombs, you can use candy melts. Candy melts is actually not real chocolate. It's a candy coating, and it kind of has like a vanilla or chocolate flavor, and it's fine to use. It's just not the same as chocolate. And if you need it to be a little bit thinner, you can add a little bit of melted Crisco to thin it down, but don't go crazy because it does weaken the candy coating over time. You can also use almond bark. As far as flavor goes, this is a better flavor than this, but this is literally $1. So this hardens in the mold because the oil, that's what makes it set up. Now this is chocolate. This doesn't have any wax or palm kernel oil. It has cocoa butter in it. Cocoa butter is a naturally occurring oil, and when it sets up at very specific temperatures, it contracts. You can always buy bars of chocolate. My favorite one to use is Lindt. It's a very high quality, delicious chocolate. Comes in all kinds of flavors. Chop it up, melt it, and use my tempering video to temper it before you use it. So the reason why, if you're using real chocolate, you want to temper it is because if you just melt it and then put it in the molds, whether it's the 3-piece mold, silicone, or whatever, it will never set. And if it does set, it will have little streaks and stuff through it, and it might stick to your mold, even the 3-piece mold. So that's why you just need to know the difference between the two. Okay, stop talking, Liz. I'm here to figure out how to make hot chocolate bombs. Okay, let's get to the fun part. So let's start off with our gingerbread man. I'm gonna use the pumpkin spice meltables and go ahead and melt those down in 30-second increments, stirring between each one so you don't burn the chocolate. You'll know it's burnt because it has hard little bits and it's no longer melted and it smells burned. And it's a little bit light for me for it to be like gingerbread colored. So I'm gonna add some other meltables. Did you know you can mix your colors? Hello, color theory. So if you only have blue meltables and yellow and you need green, you could just add the two together and mix your own colors. All right, time to use our 3-piece mold. There is a bottom. You know it's the bottom because it has a little faint line in the bottom of the circle, which is gonna be important here in a second. There should be 3 little plastic inserts and then a top, okay? So you just want to use a spoon and just fill up to that little faint line. It's okay if it's a little over full. It's better than it being under full. Underfull? Is that a word? Underfilled, there you go. And then we take our handy little insert, put them in there. You don't even have to press it down all the way because that's what the bottom is for. Put the top on, turn it over, and then I press down till I see the chocolate get all the way to that top edge. And the great thing about the 3-piece mold, which is different than the polycarbonate mold and the silicone mold, is you'll see when these come out, that top edge is going to be super flat and clean, so it makes it really easy to put these guys together. So if you're under filling it, then you'll notice that it will be pretty difficult to get the chocolate to come all the way up to that top edge. But if you overfill, then the extra just overflows to the outside, and once it's set, you can just peel that off and reuse it. Okay, now we're gonna put this into the fridge for about 10 minutes. This is the part, if you're making a lot of chocolate bombs, you wanna have multiple molds. And then your leftover chocolate, Like, how would I save this and reuse it? This is a little tip that I learned from our friend Christoph. You pour your melted chocolate, tempered or untempered, onto a piece of parchment paper, and then you fold the top up like this, on the side, and then you just set this on a shelf or something to cool down, and then when you need chocolate again, you just chop it up into pieces, and it's easy to use. And now I'm gonna go ahead and melt down my white meltables to make my snowman. I made a couple of these just in case. Same process, and just fill up to that same line and put the second piece in and then the top. The great thing about using candy melts is that you don't have to worry about using a thermometer, but the bad thing is it just doesn't have that same flavor as real chocolate does. But when you're a beginner, you know what? It's all about having fun, learning the technique, and then if you ever want to go with tempering chocolate, just work your way up. The most important thing is gaining confidence first. Okay, so now let's talk color. Well, if you are using real chocolate, like we talked about, then you want to use cocoa butter. This is colored cocoa butter from Chef Rubber. They have so many different colors, like every color you could possibly imagine. And this is literally the liquid, that cocoa butter that comes inside chocolate, but with color added. So you melt this down, add it to your tempered chocolate, and you have colored chocolate. You cannot melt this down and then add it to candy melts because this is technically chocolate. So if you don't like temper it, then it will just bloom and do all the bad things that chocolate does. And the reason I know that is because I tried it and I wasn't thinking. So this is just regular candy melts with melted down cocoa butter added to it, and you can see it's all bloomed. It's very fragile because it's not tempered. And then this is the tempered one, so no spots. Now, if you do have this on hand and you want to use it in candy melts, you can. You just need to temper it. Follow the same process as you would for tempering chocolate. In my opinion, if you are going to use candy melts, just go with the pre-colored ones. They're not that expensive. You can buy them on sale. You can use a coupon, and they come in like literally like every single color. And Michael's just started carrying this new brand by Sweet Tooth Fairy, and in my opinion, is way, way better than Wilton and tastes really good. This is not sponsored. I just really like it. If you can't find the color that you want, it is nice to have some candy food coloring. This is an oil-based food coloring that you can add to any chocolate and it will not seize it up. All right, so for the Grinch hot chocolate bomb, we're going to melt down some white chocolate. For this one, I'm using real chocolate, and I'm going to color it with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of green cocoa butter. If you don't want to use the cocoa butter technique, just buy some pre-colored green meltables. Just pour it into your mold up to that line, stick in the insert, press on the third piece, make sure it all goes up to that first line, and then press down to get it to that top line so that your edges are nice and flat, and then stick it in the fridge to set it. All right, let's demold these guys. So let's take off the top. And then sometimes when you pull out this inner liner here, the whole bomb will come out, and that's okay. And I like to wear gloves so that I don't accidentally leave any fingerprints on our shiny bombs. This extra stuff just breaks off. Then we have our nice shiny cocoa bomb. You know they're set and ready to come out of the fridge when you see that they're not stuck anymore. So see, this one's got a line that's still kind of stuck. This one's a little bit stuck just right there. So if they're stuck and not coming out, then I would just put them into the fridge for like 5 minutes. See this one? This doesn't have any stuck spots, so I know it's gonna come out. Let's see, that one just came right out. Ta-da! That's how they should come out, just nice and easy. And then just go ahead and unmold the rest of your colors. All right, so now that all of our shells are done, let's go ahead and start putting them together. I'm making a gingerbread man, a snowman, a gold Christmas tree ornament, and the Grinch. The first thing we're gonna do is start with our Grinch because he's the easiest to do. I'm going to warm up a ceramic plate in the microwave for about 1 minute to make it nice and warm. You just take 1/2, melt it on the plate just a little bit, and do the other side. Set that to the side. And then I like to use these little pinch bowls to hold my bombs, but you could also use like cupcake pans or cupcake liners. And we add in our hot chocolate mix. I'm doing 2 big heaping tablespoons, and then adding in some marshmallows, of course. I like to cram as many in there as I possibly can. And then I'm gonna add a few mini marshmallows because I just like the differences in size. And then if you can find them, I love these cute little marshmallow hearts. This is actually from a Lucky Charms bag. Put the top on. And then you can just hold it in your hand and then wipe away any of that excess. Clean up your marshmallows that fell all over the table. I'm gonna add some of my green chocolate to a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, you can actually just use a Ziploc bag and snip off the corner. All right, and then I'm just gonna drizzle on top. Quick motions back and forth. So cute. Look at these adorable heart sprinkles that I got from Sweet Tooth Fairy. And we're gonna take one. It's like it was made exactly for the Grinch. Perfect. Oh, how cute is that? I love that. Okay, now let's do the gingerbread. You might have to reheat your plate up occasionally. I'm using Moonstruck hot chocolate mix because it's delicious. Hot chocolate mix is much like using chocolate. The more expensive it is, probably the better it is. I actually had never had anything besides Hershey's hot cocoa for like the longest time. And then once I had like drinking chocolate, it's like, oh my God, my life is changed forever. Now, because this is a pumpkin spice flavor, I'm going to go ahead and add in some little Rolo candies because they have caramel inside of them. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be yummy. Of course, it's like, how much can I fit in this little tiny hot cocoa bomb? Look how cute. So just so you know, when you're putting together your bombs, if you're using candy melts, you're gonna get fingerprints. That's just one of the downsides of using candy melts. Tempered chocolate is actually much more resistant to fingerprints, but yeah, this has got fingerprints all over it, and there's not really anything I can do about it, even though I'm wearing gloves. All right, now I'm going to put some of my white meltables into another piping bag. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is put some little dots all the way around. Isn't it funny how just like putting little white dots on something is like, oh, cute. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pipe 2 little eyes. I feel like he needs like hair. And then use a little toothpick to put on the black pupil with some melted chocolate. And then a little bit of luster dust for his cheeks. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, that one's done. Now let's do our Christmas tree. Putting some regular hot cocoa in there. Regular delicious hot cocoa. I'm gonna add some crushed peppermint. My daughter loves peppermint. You know, some people just like absolutely hate peppermint and things. Okay, so now we're gonna make gold hot cocoa bombs. This is a technique that I learned from watching other pastry chefs color their truffles, and it's a really fun technique and makes it really easy to color a lot of hot cocoa bombs gold color without having to like brush every single one with a brush. So basically you just take any kind of sprinkles like non-perils or jimmies, and you put them in a bowl. And I know you're like, Liz, these are already gold. It's because mine already have dust mixed into them, and I'm not gonna waste more gold dust. But they're colored at first, you know, just like rainbow sprinkles. And then you add, I don't know, like a couple teaspoons of gold luster dust. You can use any kind you like. I like Truly Mad Plastics gold dust. They have an edible version on there, so that's one you can get. And then you get it all over your hands and you get it all over the air. Then you mix the gold into the sprinkles. Make sure you have enough sprinkles that you can easily roll it in there. And then you take your hot cocoa bomb and you just roll it. And it just easily coats the whole thing. You don't have to use a brush, so you don't get gold dust all over the table. There you go, all done. And I had a lot of people ask me on my Instagram how you get the gold to not come off onto your fingers. I don't know. Wear gloves, because as far as I know, it always comes off on your fingers. So now I'm going to take my green chocolate that I used for the Grinch, and I'm just gonna make a little tree drizzle. Start from the top, back and forth. And then put a little star on top, and then some little sprinkles. And that's our Christmas tree, so cute. And now we're gonna do the snowman. This time, I'm going to use some strawberry Nesquik. It tastes so good with the white chocolate. I'm adding some freeze-dried marshmallows. I'm pretty sure these are the same ones that go in Lucky Charms. I think marshmallows are a good way to kind of make the inside a little bit more fun. For this, you're gonna need some crystal sugar, looks like this. And then you're gonna need some flash dust. This is optional, but it's gonna make it really pretty and sparkly. You're gonna take a little bit of your white chocolate and just rub it. Just gonna rub it all over. Work quickly. So This is why it doesn't matter that you have fingerprints. We want all that texture on there. And then, boop, drop it in there. Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. Oh, Liz, you're showing your age. I wonder how many people will not know that song. Isn't that so cool? Looks just like a little snowball, but we want it to look like ice. So we're gonna take our flash dust and sprinkle it on there. I'm getting glitter everywhere. Look! All right, so for the nose, I just have a little piece of Monterey chocolate that I'm gonna roll into a carrot shape. Boop, boop. And I'm just gonna glue it on with a tiny bit of melted white chocolate right there in the middle. Boop. You have to do sound effects, apparently. And then more black chocolate for the eyes and the mouth. If you have some little points, you can put a little bit of vegetable oil on your finger and then press down the points. Oh, it's so cute. I love the sparkles. That was our last one. Go ahead and heat your milk up until it's almost boiling, which is about 180. Don't walk away. Don't check your text messages because you will burn it. So just be patient. The hotter your milk is, the easier your hot chocolate bombs are gonna pop. So now Emily is gonna pour milk on top of these and film it, and then I'm going to rate them 1 out of 10 to see which one was the best. Okay, Grinch is first. Okay, oh, that's really cute. Oh, it's green. Oh, look at the little heart. That's so cute. Okay, it's giving swamp vibes. Hopefully it tastes better than it looks. All right, that was a pretty nice pop. I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10. Color is like 2 out of 10. All right, this is the Christmas tree. I love the gold, so pretty. Ooh, the gold looks so pretty on top of the hot cocoa. Okay, you guys know I'm a sucker for gold. I love that one. Pop, definitely like an 8 out of 10. I love how it looks all mixed together. The gold is so pretty. It looks like you're literally just drinking 24 karat gold. Okay, color is like 8 out of 10. Okay, this is the gingerbread. Oh no, not my gumdrop buttons. Nothing's happening. Oh, he pooped out a marshmallow. Oh, it's just pooping marshmallows. Oh my gosh. It looks like a butt. Oh, that's bad. It looks really chocolatey and yummy though. So I'm gonna say 1 out of 10 for the pop and like 8 out of 10 for color because it does look really tasty if you like marshmallow poops. Okay, here's the snowman, so cute. Some people are worth melting for. Oh, this is looking good. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Oh, I love the pink and all of the marshmallows turn out so good. Oh yeah, that looks, beautiful. Oh, and the stirring, it's like a unicorn magic inside the snowman. It's a Christmas miracle. Okay, 10 out of 10, like 11 out of 10. That was so perfect. The color is gorgeous, 10 out of 10. All right, give me that one. I want to drink that one. That is delicious. This tastes like Saturday morning cereal milk, but like also warm and cozy. That is seriously so good. Oh my God. I'm Liz Merrick and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Let's go find a fireplace.